the course intended learning outcomes to be able to discuss literature study of the economics and circular flow of income in the barangay microbusiness enterprises. The objective is to answer the questions showing first, barangay microbusiness enterprises profile, business, age, and number of employees, the barangay microbusiness enterprises sectors in our industry and its form of ownership. Second, the management and practices involved in the barangay microbusiness enterprises. And third, the sustainability of barangay microbusiness enterprises by economic, environmental, and social factors. Circular flow of income is an economic model depicts money's flow through the economy. This is most commonly used to depict the circular flow of revenue between household and corporate sectors. The product market and the resource market sit between the two. Household buy goods and services from enterprises, which are sold on the product market. Businesses, on the other hand, require resources to generate goods and services. The Barangay Microbusiness Enterprises or BMBE Act of 2002 or Republic Act number 9178 is a law that was passed in 2002. A business entity or company engaged in the production, processing, or manufacturing of the product or commodities, including the trading or services. Total assets including those originating from loans but excluding from the land, which are particular business entities' office. If your company or firm falls into the micro business category, you may be qualified to register as a barangay micro business enterprise and take advantage of the benefits and incentives provided by the BMB Act of 2002, also known as the RA 9178. The methodology used is the PRISMA or the Preferred Reporting Items for Systematic Reviews and Meta-Analysis. It's an acronym or Preferred Reporting Items for Systematic Reviews and Meta-Analysis. It's an evidence-based minimal set of elements for systematic reviews and meta-analysis to report on through four phases: identification, screening, eligibility, and included studies. First, in identification on the 2,650 number of studies, the number of records identified through database searching the number of additional records identified through the sources. Second, in screening from the list of select the years and the studies to be included with the number of records after duplicates removed, number of records screened, and number of records excluded. Third, the eligibility from the thousand of identified studied down. I've gathered the 608 results where number of full text articles assessed for eligibility and others excluded with reasons. Then when included studies I selected as this will be included in the meta-analysis. This will be part of the journal, the 10 sources that I've used for the Prisma analysis. For the information sources, the Google Scholar has been used as a tool for research and selected to gather data. The sources of the information used in the research came from the journals that have been published by its contributors as they conduct their studies. The following important themes of the research question were incorporated in the search strategy. First, the circular flow of income, barangay microbusiness enterprises, business and economics, and sustainability and profitability. The registered barangay microbusiness enterprises work in a variety of industries and were not limited to one type of business. The number of employees of the registered micro enterprises are within the limit of the BMBE Act, not have more than 9 employees, according to the studies conducted regarding the profile of the barangay microbusiness enterprises. The majority of the owners are female and in married in status, and in their study, the educational attainment was on college graduates, implying that they are capable of running a business. Knowing how to operate a business means that you have the ability to manage and operate it. The majority of Filipino entrepreneurs believe that they are capable of running a firm in their home country. Challenges, on the other hand, continue to have an impact on business management and performance. Also, according to the study, the majority of barangay microbusiness enterprises are in the wholesale or the retail trade sectors and are engaged in the sole proprietorship business. And in this kind of business, the owners employ no workers as they are the one who handles it. The barangay microbusiness enterprises use an inventory management, and the business owners are familiar with fundamental inventory management solutions, making it easy for them to integrate them into their inventory, as also said in the study conducted by Corridor 2020. Although the point of sale system, which has a complex recording approach involving technology, barcodes, and the use of cash register is not really a requirement for micro enterprises. Like the barangay micro business enterprises, we can use an alternative inventory management solutions that are likely to be useful. And in cash, also a cash management also been part of management and practices involved in my barangay micro business enterprises where barangay microbusiness enterprises practice, such as maintaining the optimal level of cash and separates the personal money to the business money as part of the business activities. And one of the practices is the familiarity to the BMB law. According to a study by Garambas and Pinos, finds that the food service businesses, owners, and barangay leaders had a level of knowledge about the BMBE law requirements. It also concludes that business registration should be on the level of awareness among the micro business enterprise owners. In general, the Philippine micro business enterprises, particularly those in the micro subsector, avoid approaching the banks for credit because of the slow of conditions that are out of their reach. High interest rates and relatively high minimum borrowing needs are examples of such conditions. Strict and extensive regulations, long loan application, processing times, limited repayment periods, and difficulty reconstructing loans. Mm, Furthermore, many micro and small businesses lack the collateral, and most business enterprises funding options are limited to urban areas. So, if the country's business enterprises are to make a significant contribution to the country's quest of sustainable inclusive growth, this data in the sector's output, revenue, and labor productivity suggests that the sector must upgrade, diversify, and raise its competitiveness. The challenges in the sustainability of the barangay microbusiness enterprises in economic, environmental, and social factors. According to studies, in order to evaluate the needs of barangay microbusiness enterprises, active participation to the organizations and associations must be solicited. The Department of Trade Industry as well as the local government entities must work together to establish solutions for streamlining the registration procedure and paperwork under the BMBE law. The majority of barangay microbusiness enterprise are in the wholesale and retail trade sector, and those are registered as a sole proprietorships and have no workers, according to the data. The studies show that the cash management and inventory management methods are linked to the economic and social sustainability. Findings suggest that an effective management and practices are critical for achieving sustainability of the business. Failure to prioritize these processes can lead to slow or the low sustainability. Aside from cash management, the using of aforementioned inventory in a micro business's day-to-day operations can help enhance the sales in a variety of ways. So having a good understanding of how to handle it can assist the barangay micro business enterprises and the owners optimize the sales and being more organized in the operations for better returns.